Blagojevich, who is sitting in jail for trying to sell President Obama's Senate seat while President Obama gives a speech of a lifetime at the convention last night. Good morning, Ryan Burrow.
Good morning. Yeah, it's not hard to follow Rod Blagojevich. He's not going anywhere. Hasn't been going anywhere, right? He's been sitting in prison on those charges of trying to sell President Obama's Senate seat. This could be, we've been saying this, it seems like for years, his last-ditch effort to get out of prison early after that 14-year sentence. He's already failed at some of his appeals. He's failed to get the attention of the Supreme Court. They haven't taken up his sentence. And now his attorneys are hoping that having some of his convictions tossed out by the Seventh Circuit Court of Appeals will mean a reduced sentence. The federal prosecutors say, no, he still deserves that 14 years. The defense for Blagojevich says, let's bring that down to 5 years since you tossed out about a third of the convictions, and now it's going to be up to Judge Zagel to figure out what he's going to do.
When is he? Is this a hearing? Is it just a ruling? Is it a statement the judge is going to put out? What's the plan?
Judge is supposed to make a sentencing decision August 9th. At least that's the tentative date. It's been kind of moved around over the last few months, but August 9th right now is that date, and he basically accepted all of the testimony from both sides. The prosecution saying that all indications from Rod Blagojevich, I should say, the things he said in prison indicate he's not remorseful. He still contends that he didn't do anything illegal, and as a result, the 14 years should stand. But the defense saying, well, wait a minute, you knocked off a third of the convictions. That at least should result in some of the years being removed.
Ryan, the Supreme Court just had a unanimous decision on, I don't know how similar it was, but it was a politician in Virginia and gifts and all those types of things. Did that have any effect on this, and will it have any effect on this Blagojevich decision?
That's a great question, and a lot of people have brought that up. It's kind of a weird case, though, because, Blagojevich has never apologized for anything. He's never said that he's done anything wrong, and a lot of people think that if he would have done that back when he was convicted, if he would have said, it's my fault, I shouldn't have done that, maybe he would have gotten 2 years, maybe a slap on the wrist, but instead, they wanted to go after political corruption and gave him 14 years. So we'll see what Judge James Zagel thinks, but, all indications are, at least when he was originally sentenced, that Zagel thought that 14 years was fair.
Yeah, it's really... I know everyone's watching this, and I know the man doesn't have very many friends, but the argument is, what did he do that other politicians don't do every single day, which is sort of peddle influence, if you will. Well,
and in the meantime, you've got a lot of people scratching their head after Dennis Hastert was sentenced to under 2 years for, essentially admitting to molesting children. So,
right.
It is a little strange, but, at that time, there were a lot of criminal activities going on with politics, and they wanted to make Rod Blagojevich an example.
All right, so we'll know, August 9th, you said?
August 9th is the tentative deadline.
All right, Ryan Burrow, ABC News correspondent in Chicago. Thanks, Ryan.
All right, take care.
7:24 here, Big